everybody, it's Fiona from Eventide Reads, and today I'm here to do my updated bookshelf tour. So last time I did a bookshelf tour was in October. So since my last bookshelf tour I have moved house, I've gained another bookcase, and I've gained a lot of books. So I thought now would be a perfect time to show you guys my books. So let's get right on in. Sorry if the lighting is not brilliant. It's kind of dark outside. It looks kind of light, but it's not. Just let that refocus. Okay, cool. So this is the new bookcase with things on. There's a Fangirl bag on the floor there because it's fallen off. So on the very top shelf we have this copy of Fangirl. This is for Laura when she comes back from America. It's signed and everything, which is cool. So then there's this first shelf. So shimmy that along. If you guys have seen my TBR for August on Instagram, you will have seen some of these books. I keep knocking it over because I'm terrible like that. There we go. So this is my current TBR going up to sort of September, October, even November, of books that I need to read either for review or books I just really want to read. Like, for example, I need to read The Illusionists. I really want to read Since You've Been Gone. I really want to read Ruins. I really want to read that. I really want to read them all. So this portion is books that are my current TBR. This pile here are proofs and books I've either gotten from publishers. Oh my god, those keep falling over. I've gotten either from publishers or books I've bought myself. Unraveling Me and Rebel Belle I bought, and I've got some in these envelopes, and I've got these two which came from Macmillan. And then shimmying down the bookcase, I've finally been able to spread out my manga collection. If you remember, my manga collection was kind of squished onto like 2.5 shelves. Well, like closer to 2 shelves really. But now it has a whole 1, 2, 3, 4 shelves. Yeah, so this is exciting. So my manga is arranged by A to Z title, because I don't know, manga always has been for me because it's all series. No, weird. So we have Air Gear, and then Alice 19th, Angelic Layer, Baron, The Cat Returns, which if you've seen Studio Ghibli's The Cat Returns, it's related to that. A couple of copies of the Beauty Pop series. Some copies of Bleach. I got rid of the rest. My Cardcaptor Sakura omnibuses because they're beautiful. And then some more Cardcaptor Sakura, and then some Fruits Baskets, and then loads of Fushigi Yugi. And then Kari First Love, which is really cute. Kari Kano, which is really romantic and really hilarious and really long. It's like 21 volumes. Love Calm, which by the way is amazing. And then we've got Pishy Pishy Pitch. And Free-Tier, and then we've got my Sailor Moon collection of all the new volumes, all complete, just beautiful. And then we've got Gentleman's Alliance, Tokyo Mew Mew, and Tsubasa. And on the very end I have some graphic novels. I have Scott Pilgrim and Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, as well as Erstwhile, which is actually by the same lady as that book on the end there, Red String. But it's a collection of stories from the Brother Grimm done in graphic novel style. So that's there. And then we have one more shelf in this bookcase, and it's a new shelf. This is my shelf of middle grade. Woo! So middle grade has its own shelf now. So we've got a couple of obvious things. This one here is the Twist Rose Key. I mean, there's a couple of things you might say, well, I don't think that's quite middle grade. For example, Deep Blue, it's very much in the middle, but I would think it is suitable for middle grade, so I put it with middle grade. Same for Lawrence and John. I know the main character, she gets quite old, but it's written in a very middle grade style. So this is my middle grade shelf. Pretty standard stuff, really. Then we move on to these two bookcases, which house all my teen fiction and a little bit of general fiction / general fantasy. So let's start with the top 2 shelves, which contain contemporary and contemporary romance. There's a couple of things in here you're probably going, I don't know. For example, Dead Romantic. the reason I put this with contemporary is because the story CJ is trying to tell is about a friendship story. After hearing her talk at the little school event I went to where she was, made me think about the book a bit more, and that's how I decided to categorize it. Yeah, the rest, some of my favourite contemporaries in there. There's my signed copy of Fangirl there, and so on, some awesome books. And then those two books on the end next to the Meerkat, because, hey Meerkat, are historical fiction. Woo. One is also paranormal historical fiction, but I put it with historical because it is a historically set book. Okay, so that's very bright and colourful. And then the next shelf, oh god, I'm in the way of the light. The next shelf and a bit where Toothless is. You can see Toothless, there he is. Up to there is paranormal, so this includes general paranormal, paranormal romance. So you've got things like the Hush Hush series, so Angels. We've got Blood Magic, Bloodkeeper, which is about blood magic. Obviously we've got things like Shiver and Joss Sterling books. My Finding Sky book is upside down, I've just noticed that. I'm just going to correct that. Yes, there we go. And then we've got some more Joss Sterling, and then Casey West and Kristen White. And moving on to the rest of this shelf is Aliens, Time Travel, and Sci-Fi, which I think all go together pretty well. The steampunk is there because there's a couple of time travel-y stories in that collection. Even Adam is very sci-fi, so that's in there. And there's a couple of space books too. For example, Fusion of Princes is pretty spacey. Only Yesterday's is time travel and space. So yeah, so that's my aliens, sci-fi, time travel shelf of things. The bottom two shelves are fantasy. So this is teen fantasy. Everything is teen, by the way, obviously. So we've got all my copies of Leigh Bardugo. So I have essentially 3 copies of the first book now. Gathering Dark, Shadow and Bone, which is a little bit sad, but whatever. I mean, you probably maybe class Julie Kagawa as paranormal, but it's in a different world. If there were Fae in the real world, I would class that as paranormal, but they're Fae in a different world. Actually, I don't know why the second one's on there. I've not read that yet. Anyway, never mind. Then I've got all my Northern Lights books. So pretty. And then Take Back the Skies, I could probably cross over into sci-fi-ness, maybe? I don't know. But yeah. So everything on these shelves I think of as YA. I know that The Bone Season and Laini Taylor are published in the UK as general fantasy, but that's just to broaden the readership. And then we've got Astrid's Dragon on the end there. Hey! These 2 shelves on the next bookcase. Oh, I'm out of breath. Oh dear. Are apocalyptic and dystopian novels. So yeah, I got things like The Hunger Games and Angel Fall. I know it has angels in, but the main point of it is the end of the world. I suppose I could say the same about Rick Yancey, because that's the end of the world too. But hey, it's my categorization. Who cares? And then got, you know, Lauren Oliver, all my copies of Terry. One of my fracture copies is signed. And I got my Toothless plush. Hey, Toothless. He's so cute. And on the next shelf, we have general fantasy and one semi-fantasy. It's based on, what's it based on? It's based on like a fairy tale, basically. It's very heartbreaking if you've not read it. Yeah, some of my slightly older fantasy. My 2 cats, one of them unfortunately has fallen off the window ledge since and lost part of an ear. And then this is random books. So I've got things like Simon's Cat books and my Sailor Moon, oh sugar, my Sailor Moon art books and my Clamp art book, my Cat Returns art book. So pretties, so pretties. I'm standing in the way of the light again, I'm sorry. The next shelf is my American hardback shelf, including my 2 box sets, Percy Jackson and my Stivata Shiver series. And on the end of here, I've got a little kimono girl, and then I've got The Art of Tangled and How to Train Dragon. Woo! And because I've managed to rearrange my shelves so much, I've got 2 empty shelves on the bottom here. So one is storing a lot of bookmarks and papers and things, and the other one on the very bottom, let's move this chair, shall we? One on the very bottom has some books to go to a friend of mine. And then this bookcase, as is usual, is all of my unread books. So this top one is predominantly hardbacks. And then I've got a bucket ton of paperbacks. Like a bucket ton. Like a bucket ton. So many. Like, ridiculously filled. Whee! Ugh. There's a jumper on there, I'm sorry. A lot of ones on the bottom are, well, actually some of the ones on the bottom are fairly recent and some of them aren't. It's pretty dark down there. So that was my bookshelf tour. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know in the comments below either books I have read that you've loved, books I haven't read yet you've loved, and you should tell me off and tell me to read them, and I'll add them to my TBR shelf of my current reads. So yeah, thanks for watching everybody, and I will see you again soon. Bye bye!